So I got a Corvette, and you're looking at it. This is my baby. She's gonna be back up here soon. I take my time making some videos. Did a throttle body removal video. Did valve cover removal video. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, that's not good. It's a brand new air filter. Don't want to be letting that just kind of hang out. Had that get on the ground. Anyway. So, I'm basically taking my time with everything, getting things established and getting it going, and I don't have a lot of time to work on this stuff as it is, but when I do have time to work on it, I just bang out a bunch of stuff. So I'm in the process of just kind of getting an area here separated just specifically for this whole project, kind of like I did when I did the LT1 installation. So we're going to get the LT4 back in this car here shortly. The machine shop said 4 to 6 weeks, and I called him at the 6-week mark, and he had not yet touched it. So it is what it is. I can't be upset about that. They do good work, so, I don't want to rush them. I have my connecting rods picked out. I have my, depending on, because the deck is okay, but I have the head gaskets I want to use picked out. But depending on my quench will depend on if I have to take the block back, to deck it. And I don't want to zero deck it because, I don't know. I feel more comfortable having the meat on the block than in a gasket, if that makes sense. That being said, that's kind of where we're at with that. So I'm going to be going to go look at another car today. I'm not really holding out much hope for it being anything that I actually want to work on. I got some pictures last night from the owner, and I don't know, a few people have already looked at it and kind of turned him down. But after talking with the guy, it's pretty clear the guy doesn't really know. He either knows what he's got and he is hiding something, or he doesn't know what he's got and he is just not aware of what it is. But I'm going to go and find out. And this is a different type of person that I've dealt with than in the past as far as finding a Corvette. It's one of the most stressful things, trying to find a Corvette that you want and trying to buy it, because either the car is just beat so bad that you end up questioning every component on the car, or it ends up that the owner's just a complete space cadet and they won't budge on a parts car. Now, I'm not wanting a parts car. I'm going to take my handy-dandy notebook with me. I'm going to itemize all the things that the car actually needs versus what the value of the car would be. And I'm going to basically go look at the car. The guy's not really wanting me to drive it, so that's another issue. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to try to finagle him into letting me drive it. I've got one of mine. But the thing is, after talking with the guy for a couple of seconds, I immediately knew this is not the guy you want to just tell that you have one yourself and you know every nut and bolt on it. So, yeah. That being said, it's not my favorite color, but it does need to be painted. And that off the bat is something that does ding me. It's spent most of its life outside. So my big concerns are going to be weather stripping. And I already know that this rear weather stripping on that car is bad because it's like poking out the window. The interior, the seats look pretty rough, and it appears like it may have been smoked in. After talking with the guy, probably the case. Anyway, I'm going to snap some pictures of it, and I'll do like an after-action report and just kind of, let you guys know my opinions and thoughts on it. But my thing is, when I'm going to look at these cars, I'm not looking. I mean, I'm in a position where I can be picky. I already have one. I already have a project going on it. I don't necessarily need another project, okay? I mean, this one here sucked up the entire fund that I had in just the motor for my seats and my wheels. So, yeah, I was going to do seats and wheels this winter. Thanks, motor, but it is what it is. I'm glad that I went into the motor a little bit further and just used my, trusted my gut and found that the camshaft had been worn. If I had not done that, I probably would have been dealing with more severe damage than what I ended up with. And to be frank, I wouldn't have that block and I wouldn't have this engine here. So now I have two engines that I can, freshen up and put into something else or sell one. It don't matter. But, the point I'm trying to make here is I'm not sure what this car is going to entail. There are some aftermarket parts. There are things that, might stand out to me as something that I don't want to pursue. Like I said, I am in a position where I can be picky. This is a side quest, if you will, and my intention for the car is to make videos with it, and it will technically be down for a while. So when it's getting fixed, when it's being refreshened, and when it's being put together, it will be, a pretty good car when it's done. Not interested really in doing body work, but we'll find out if there's anything going on. I mean, if it's something minimal, like a door is, messed up, something that I can just, pull the door and fix a little fiberglass or do something like that, that's no big deal. But if, if say it's got wider wheels and the fender's messed up because, it hit and cracked, that's something that I might want to avoid because fixing a whole quarter panel is going to be a little bit more of a substantial undertaking, and I'm more primarily focused on mechanical aspects of the car. Anyway, as far as that's concerned, I mean, I'm not... Basically, at the end of the day, I want to make sure that what I am getting, whether it may be this car, whether it may be the 10th one from now that I look at, I want it to be something that is close to a parts car, but not quite a parts car, because I don't want to have to fix everything, but I just want everything to be, worn or dirty, bushings, because I want to have a reason to have to replace the bushings. I want to have a reason to pull the engine out and refresh all the gaskets. I want to have a reason to do the radiator. I want to have a reason to buff and polish the car, if you will. So I don't want to get a meticulously well cared for example, because let's face it, at the end of the day, you're just wasting money at that point. I'm not interested in paying top dollar for something that is ultimately going to be invested in, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it, right? So as I'm looking around, I could get an automatic, I could get a manual, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I want to do my cost-benefit analysis on it before I jump into any of these. And this is, let's see here, red, blue, white. So this would be the 6th car that I've looked at. And so far, this might be the better option of all of them. And it's not that I have turned my nose up at a lot of them. It's just that what happens is the owner's asking too much for what needs to be done to the car. So what a lot of people don't understand is, people think, oh, well, it's Corvette. But if you've got a bent rim, you knock price off. If you've got bald tires, knock price off. The paint's junk, knock the price off. Weather stripping's messed up, knock the price off. If it's been smoked in, definitely knock the price off. If it's got trash seats, definitely knock the price off. If there's oil leaking everywhere, knock the price off. So you don't want to go in and pay top dollar for a car that is going to need to be gone through completely. So that's basically what I'm trying to get at here, okay? And I am fortunate enough, like I said, I am in a position where I can be picky. And right now, the right one has not come across my plate. And this is the only reason why this hasn't happened is because I'm waiting on a machine shop. That's the only reason why the LT4 is not back in this. And that's why I'm kind of taking my time getting parts, because I just don't really want parts just sitting around. But while I'm waiting on the machine shop, I'm looking into the parts, and I'm getting the best bang for my buck and putting them into the car. So anyway, all that being said, I'm going to disembark right now and go look at that car. If it's a pile of trash, I'll let you know. I'll be taking a couple of pictures while I'm there, but I'm going to have a little bit of a discussion about it, and I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts and maybe give you guys some tips on what to look for yourself when you're actually looking at things. Should you disclose that you are a Corvette owner, or should you disclose what you may or may not know? Because a lot of times when people are hyping up their car to sell it to you, if they know you don't know something, or they assume that you don't know something, then you can get them to say things like, man, that thing can burn a tire off of it, take the traction control off of it, and you can really get her wild. And, just let them talk. Let them talk, because at the end of the day, you want to hear how this person treats this car, because if it's literally doing burnouts, the clutch, the flywheel, doesn't matter how many miles are on this car, you might have some issues with that, okay? Especially if you know things have been changed in the car. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. So I got a Corvette. Stay tuned. I'm going to be putting up a lot of videos here very soon, and it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be super fantastic. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yep. All right. Thanks, guys.